Do you guys want to make a video like this? Well, today I'm going to be showing you guys in detail for beginners how to time remap in DaVinci Resolve. This is a free program. I definitely recommend using it if you're looking into getting into editing. I use it for everything, and it's very capable for the tools they provide to you for free 99. So let's get right into it. I'm not going to waste you guys' time anymore. You're basically going to need your Rocket League clip and a music track. After you start a new project, you're going to want to go to File up top, hit Import Media, and enter your music clip and Rocket League clip. Before you drag anything into your timeline, you're going to want to go to File, Project Settings, and make sure your timeline frame rate and playback frame rate are both set to 60 and hit Save. You can't change this after you drag it into your timeline, so it's crucial that you do this now. Something I like to do, which you should definitely do as well, is highlight your clips. Go down here, right-click, and hit Generate Proxy Media. This might take a minute, just let it do its thing. Once that's complete, go to Playback up top, Proxy Handling, and Prefer Proxies. What this is going to do is basically generate your playback faster, and it just makes life a whole lot easier because it does take a minute sometimes to render your clips in the time map. So this is going to make it a lot faster in playback and just smooth the process up of the editing. After you've done that with the proxies, you're going to want to drag your clip down into your timeline. By default, you might be on this section here, Cut, or Media. After you import your clips, you're going to want to go to Edit and drag your clip into your timeline. The first thing I do is unlink my clips. So I right click, hit Link Clips, and delete the audio because I'm going to be adding audio after the fact. And I'm also going to drag in my music. You're going to want to also uncheck these as well, these little sync lock ticks on the side. You want to find a song that's like a little punchy, like you can hear the beats and they're, they stand out. All right, so that's an example right there. So he's saying that's kind of a point for you to sync up a part of your clip to. Sometimes I'll even sync it to the words. So we're going to find where we want our clip to start. I'm going to mute this for a moment. All right, so this is the kickoff. I just hit a double tap here, I think, right? All right, great. So what I like to do, I find this easier, is to start on the goal and kind of work backwards. So the first thing we're going to do is find where I score. So right here. You can micro adjust here your marker with the arrow keys. I want to start the clip as soon as my name shows up. As soon as I get that goal, that's where I want the clip to start. So I'm going to split it here. To do that, I select the clip and I hit Control and B. I'm going to show you guys all the shortcuts that I use. It's going to make everything a lot easier as you edit. I want the shot to start right there. I want it to go in the net right here on this little beat right there. So I'm going to line this up. It's very useful too. You could see a lot of the points where the beats are, as you can see here. Beat hits there, right there, where it kind of goes lower and then just gets loud out of nowhere. That's usually where it's a beat. So I'm going to place my marker right on the beginning of this beat and then sync my clip up with that. And if we watch it back, it should score as soon as we hit that beat. All right, so that's what we want. I moved the clip over here for the moment, but what I'm actually going to do, because this clip is longer than this area in here, I'm going to select everything and kind of move it down here, unselect it, and bring this clip back to the front here. So it's kind of just repeating the process here. So you're going to want to find your points where you want your sync to be and sync the beginning of the clip with these beats here, with the beginning of the beat. So let's give you guys an example here. So here, for example, I hit the ball. This is going to be a point that I'm going to keep in because this is the beginning of the shot. So I'm going to micro adjust until I see that spark. I'm always usually setting the beginning of my clip to a point of contact with the ball. I always start the clip with some sort of event, because if you have something that you want to time sync in the middle of a clip and it's not lined up with the beat, it's going to, kind of fall out of sync naturally because you're remapping the time. This is where I want this clip to start here. All right, so that looks good. I want it to be here. Now, what we're also going to do, every time you line up your clip, if you have blank space in between, like as you saw here, I have a blank space here. I'm going to connect this clip to that clip, and it's going to fill in that blank space. What that's going to do, though, you're going to notice as you edit, it might do that. If you could see what's happening here, it's kind of playing the same thing twice. So these clips are sort of overlapping. Just disregard that for now. We're going to take care of that in the Fusion page or the time remap. We can get rid of that in a couple minutes here. But basically, you're just going to want to find your clips and kind of sync them up. Here, I have a lot of space in between. I don't like that. So I'm going to kind of fuck with this a little bit. So on the second beat, I'm going to kind of move forward a bit, but I'm making sure that these clips are starting on this beat point. I want the ball to connect with the wall on this A, and then the last one before the beat drops, I want it to be me tapping it in off my car. So to do that, that already kind of looks good, but it's not perfectly lined up, as you can see. The ball's hitting here. We want this clip to start right here. So we're gonna drag that. So what I did is I split the clip where I wanted it to start, and I dragged it to the beginning of the next beat that we're gonna be syncing it to. And I have this blank space here, so we're just gonna drag it and connect it. So as you can see here as well, we kind of have that repeating glitch looking thing there. Don't worry about that. We're gonna smooth that out. So this is what we have so far. Actually, I kind of went about this wrong. So this is gonna be the last clip. We're gonna line that up with this one. In here, I want this point of contact against the wall to be here. So we're going to find where it hits the wall. I think right there it hits the wall. So we're going to split it with Control B and drag it to this beat and match it to this clip. See, this looks crazy right now. But really, it's only going to be this small clip here before we hit the ball after we edit it. And then you have this blank space here. You're going to want to drag it to this next clip. So let's watch it over. Yeah. All right, that looks great. Believe it or not. So this is what we want. So don't worry about anything that's happening in between the beat points. Just make sure everything is synced up how you like to the beat. So actually, we're just going to work off of this small section here. This is really all you guys should need, because this is a problem I used to run into as well, where this would overlap, and I wasn't sure how to fix it. So we have a problem here that we're going to fix. So once your clips are all set up how you want them to be set up, you're going to want to set your marker to the beginning of the clip, right-click the clip, hit open in Fusion page right here. It's going to pull up this scary screen. Do not worry about it. We're going to keep it simple for you guys. So you're going to hit Control and space. It's going to pull up this menu here, and you're going to want to type in optical flow. Hit add, space and control one more time, and type in time stretcher. It's going to be time stretcher, not time speed. Hit add one more time. You're going to want to go to flow, select this, select clamp edges, and also select previous and next. Make sure your depth ordering is set to fastest on top. It should already be. If it's not, just set it to that. Again, making sure that your marker here was set to the beginning of the clip over here is very important for this step. So after confirming that your red line is right here, you're basically going to just drag it all the way to the end, and that's going to give you a value here at the bottom. So we have 60. You're going to want to come up to source time, delete this value, and type in 60 and hit enter. Now you come down here and you have this button here. It's called zoom to fit. You're going to want to press that, and it's going to pull up this chart here. If you guys don't see this chart and your screen looks like this, come to the top right, hit spline. It'll pull it up for you, and like I said, if your thing is out of view here, just hit zoom to fit and it'll center it in your view. So this is kind of going to be our graph that we're able to adjust the time by. This is what we're going to be doing our time remapping in. Oh, make sure you click on this thing over here, this box, hit Control A. It's going to kind of create these dashes. That's how you know it's selected. And then hit S. It's going to kind of make this wave thing. Now the values I tend to kind of work with that serve as my foundation, which are kind of just like a good general value to have. I might adjust it as I, edit the clip, just depending on how I'm feeling or how I want the video to come out, but this is going to be great generally for a lot of you guys. But what I do is I grab this bottom one and I move it up to the left. So yeah, grab this little box at the end of the line, and I'm moving it up into the left, and I'm grabbing this top one and moving it down into the right. So this is going to kind of create like a Z shape, and if we hit space and play it back, sometimes it takes a second. Alright, so I didn't really like that because the action kind of happens in the beginning and it's kind of smoking out my screen with the trail here. So what I'm going to do is restart this. The clip starts with me hitting the ball, so I kind of want it to be slow in the beginning. So I'm kind of going to have it like this, and I'm going to have it gradually get faster. So this slope is going to be the speed that you're adjusting the video to. So this should look a little better from me hitting the ball, and it's going to speed up towards the end. So that looks good. Another tip too, sometimes it's going to be a little laggy. If you're lagging like I am, you can hit playback, timeline playback resolution, and set it to either half or quarter. You can still see what's happening even on quarter, so I don't really need to ever set it on full. So this kind of just looks like slow motion. I kind of want this to be more. All right, so it kind of slows down when I hit the ball here, and then it starts speeding up as I kind of get into the air and closer to the ball. Coming into this next clip, we're going to do the same thing. Open Infusion page, hit Control and Space, and type in Optical Flow, as well as Time Stretcher. Again, make sure your thing is set to the beginning before you open Fusion page. Hit Flow, Clamp Edges, check off these two boxes. Make sure your thing is set as fast as to on top or to top. Go to the end of the clip, get this value here, and enter it up at source time. 64 is mine, and we're going to center this again. Now here's the important thing. Like I said before, we see that the clip kind of goes on longer than it should. We want it to end before the ball makes contact with the wall, because the next clip is the start of that. So we're going to go into Fusion page. We're going to go to the end here. You could put your cursor over this box here. Select this box and drag it down. As you can see, it's going to rewind the clip a bit. So we're going to bring this down until we're like about to hit the wall. There we go. That's probably good right there. So basically we just shortened our clip. That's great. That looks great. We're going to recenter it. Hit Control A to select everything. Hit S to create our graph here. And I'm going to just apply this as my foundation one more time just to see how this looks. I really like that. It kind of stops it. As you can see, like it kind of pauses it and it makes it really cool and like dramatic. I kind of want it to start earlier though, more when he says A. So I'm kind of just going to do that. Yeah, like that. So that looks great. And as you can see, it did overlap before with the next clip, but now we're stopping right before it hits the wall. So that looks great. We're going to go on to the next one. Let's just watch it over one more time. Yeah, that looks dope. Now we're going to do the same thing. This clip is also overlapping with the touch. Hit Control Space, do Optical Flow, do Time Stretcher, add, hit Flow, clamp edges, check these two boxes, drag your marker to the end of the clip. 67 is the value. Oh boy. Type in 67 in source time, enter, zoom to fit, and you have this again. What we're going to do this time, like we did before, is we're going to bring this down before we make the touch with the ball. So like right here, and then I'm going to recenter it. It's going to be really slow because you're kind of stretching it out. It's a smaller clip in a longer time frame, so naturally it's going to slow it down. Control A to select it all, hit S, and we're going to just make that one more time, that same graph. And like I said, you don't have to use this every time. You can kind of use this as a foundation and make your adjustments accordingly. This works for me. You can kind of see it coming towards my car in slow motion. I really like that as well. But I don't like how it kind of freezes there. I want it to continue. So I'm going to make the slope a little less flat here and kind of just bring that up and maybe bring this down a little bit. That looks good. And then for this one, we're going to go open a Fusion page. Make sure your marker is set to the front. Control Space, Optical Flow, Control Space, Time Stretcher, Flow, Clamp Edges. Check these two boxes. Bring your marker to the end. Get the value. Enter that value into source time. Hit the zoom to fit. And Control A to select all. Hit S to create your graph. And I'm going to do the same foundation here. I don't really like how that looks though. You don't really see the touch, so I'm going to kind of make it slower in the beginning so you could see that contact. One thing I don't like, I kind of want it to end right here because it kind of flicks the camera backwards and looks unnatural. So to fix that, we're going to go to the end like we did before, and the angle of the camera was sort of like here. And that looks better. You still have to do this clip. That looks good though. The beginning I might kind of make it slow down more like this clip here. But for now, let's just do the last clip. So open a Fusion page. Make sure your time marker is set to the front. Type in Optical Flow. Type in Time Stretcher. Flow. Previous. Next. Clamp edges. Set your marker to the end. Type the value in, which is 94. Center your graph. Might have to click it twice sometimes. I don't know why it does that. Hit Control A to select it all. Hit S to create your adjustable graph. And set it up like how we've been doing and just see how it looks. So in this instance, actually, to kind of get rid of that shake, I think that I'm going to do what I did at the end of some clips, except do it at the front. So we're going to bring it up to start it later instead of ending it earlier. So just like that, recenter it, hit Control A, hit S one more time, center it again, and now we kind of got rid of some of that shake there. And I want it to be slow as the explosion kind of starts. So let's see how this looks. So this is still not really lining up exactly how I like it to. So I think I'm gonna have to end the clip like right here. I really got to get it before that turn there. So I made contact already. And now it's going into the net right there. Let's see how this looks before I say anything. And then here we can kind of bring this back out how it was. So center it, come to the front, and we can lower this again. And we can get the start and the beginning of the goal. So this might just make the camera look a little smoother. That looks good. That looks good. So that came out really good. And then this clip I kind of wanted to adjust as well. I kind of want it to be slow. And also you can add another value. So you can hit set key here and you can create another point. So you can kind of remap it within. So I kind of added a keyframe, kind of made a flat point here, and then had it get faster towards the end. What I also like to do as well is add in some sound effects. So my main sound effects, honestly, are like whoosh sound effects. I have a folder here of sound effects. It's literally called Popular Whoosh Sound Effects for Edits. I think this is the name of the video if you want to look it up. So I kind of just import this in, and what I do is I find some with a lot of bass. A lot of these have a lot of bass in them. Let's see, for example, like that one has like a hella bass in it. So this is going to be like the sound I use for the shot here and kind of sync that up with the beginning of the shot. See, now that adds some interest and just makes it seem intense, you know? That's loud, but you can kind of add some sound effects around. I use a lot of like Minecraft sounds. Like sometimes when I hit the ball, I'll make like the XP sound, you know, line up with it. But you could do this around. Another one I like to do is if I'm going from one place to another in a short amount of time. Like here, like you kind of see me fly up to this spot. I'll find one that's like kind of sounds like wind. Like that. Or that. That's a good one. I use this one a lot. So I kind of get a clip like this and line it up with that. And now it kind of adds more interest as well. Kind of explains like how I got there. Like that. So let's just watch this back from the beginning. Yeah, that looks good. I also hit the wall there. So I want to add a sound effect to kind of show that I hit the wall. All right, so here, for example, I'm going to add this sound in. It's like a heartbeat sound. So that could like kind of fill in some space where something's about to happen in the video and you're kind of showing like, oh shit, like something's about to happen. So like right there could be good, like around here. Let's see how that sounds. Maybe make this a little louder so we can hear it too. Alright, so the video looks good. For some effects too, what you can do is I add vignette, but there's a ton of free filters and stuff in here and effects that I like to use. So the first thing I do is add an adjustment clip. So you can add these effects onto the adjustment clip without actually adding them to each clip individually. So you're not only not altering the clip, but you don't have to do each one by one. So all your effects and everything will be stored onto this adjustment clip. So some good ones are like shake. Like we can add like a small shake at the end here of this clip of filters, and we have a camera shake here. So that's kind of shaking the screen on the goal, but we can also adjust the strength of that as well by going into adjustment clip effects and selecting camera shake, and we can just lower the motion scale a bit here. That looks dope. See, I like that. There's also like a lot of like cool graphic ones. So you could change the entire feeling of everything. Like you can add like a CCTV filter. There's like a ton in here. I don't really use these too much. Like I said, I mainly just use the vignette and maybe some like lens flare. Let's just add another effect in here somewhere. So I'm gonna do adjustment clip. And I'm going to add in the lens flare. Oh, light rays is cool. This is what I like to add sometimes. It kind of just adds more dramatic. But this could also just look good at the end too. Like, let's see how this looks if it's regular. It kind of creates like an emphasis on it. Maybe if I just lower the intensity of it, that could look better. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with this. And also we can kind of like fade this in as well as the music here. So this was just a quick tutorial. I definitely recommend adding more sound effects and stuff, and you can just add more clips after this if you want to make a longer video. And yeah, I think that's really all I wanted to cover in this video. Kind of had a time remap and add some interest, mess with the little effects and stuff. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd love to help as much as I can. If you guys use this video to make an edit, totally comment and let me know. I'd love to see what you guys create. And if you guys have any more questions, please leave a comment and let me know. I hope this helped you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.